HomeAid relies on volunteers very heavily. Without our volunteers, we wouldn't actually be able to function. We have volunteers both in the shops and up at the warehouse, and they come from all walks of life, and they've come to us for all sorts of reasons. They'll come in and fill an application form in and give us their names and their details and a couple of referees. Once we've got that, we'll try and get their references and invite them back for an induction. Inductions usually happen on Monday mornings, and they can take anything up to an hour and a half. The goods come in through donations, and everything has to be in reusable condition. So we're obviously bringing in things that are working, so that we can check that they're safe and then distribute them, or they're in good reusable condition straight away. They're usually collected. The vans will go out and collect mostly the heavier items or things that people can't get into us, and the shops take in goods as well. We've got containers around different community sites, and we'll collect from them too. So folk can, just give us their stuff directly, even to the warehouse. And then it's a case of allocating it out, and the guys will then go out and deliver, and it keeps us fairly busy actually. There are some health and safety regulations relating to what we're allowed to take in. So if we've got things that have got like soft furnishings, so like your mattresses, or if your bed base is padded, or you've got some nice comfy chairs and sofas and that, somewhere on those items there needs to be a label that says that the foam fillings meet regulations and Schedule D, and it's usually got clearance that causes fire on it as well. And if those labels are there and present, then we can take those items and reuse them. If it's a three-piece suite, we just need one label on the items, because obviously the suite would be covered by the same label. So that's very important for those things. And we're quite lucky in that most of the things we get in have got labels and things like that, so we can use it. And if we can get in touch with the donators first, then obviously we get that information across. All the electrical goods that we donate to our clients have to have a safety test done first. They come into us in a working order. We obviously function test everything to make sure it is working. And once it's been function tested, then it needs to be safety tested. Now this is for leakages, and so that when you actually plug it in, it's not going to cause any damage. Safe. So that there's a portable appliance testing equipment. We actually have a system in HomeAid where we can train people to do that. The items that are function tested and PAT tested, when we do that, we have a charge for those. It's up to a maximum of £30 per item, but with that they get a 3-month guarantee that covers the cost of actually having to go through all those tests with those items. HomeAid is called HomeAid Caithness Sutherland because that's the area that we cover. So although we've got a shop in Thurso and another one in Wick, and we've got containers at community sites, we also head out west. So we've got a large recycling container in Kinlochbervie and another one in Lochinver, and the vans will go out there once a month through the winter, maybe twice a month through the summer, and we've got a couple of volunteers helping at each of those. And then we also head down as far as Tain if we're going south, and we'll go south generally again twice a month, so we'll alternate the west and the south runs, and we do deliveries and collections around that area. We try to obviously plan our routes so that the drivers have got more like a circular route to go around, but it's for collections of goods and for deliveries, both sides of the HomeAid service. We have a relationship with the other recycling bodies that are in the Caithness and Sutherland area, where we will take things down to them and recycle our goods that we can't use through them as well. So it's a very wide area. It takes a lot of time to cover it all.
The very fact that we're able to equip people who are in dire needs with all the necessities that they require for a day-to-day living, right from the very basics. I mean, we have folks come in here who have got nothing. And there's a lot of people in Thurso and Caithness who just don't believe there are such people about, but we know that. We've got documentary evidence, and we get a lot of letters coming back telling us and thanking us for the very fact that we've been able to help them overcome their dire straits.
Yeah, well, when we came up, we lost our home, unfortunately, down in Shropshire, and we hadn't got beds. So basically, we came into HomeAid and they gave us the equipment we needed.
We haven't got a bed and things, moving into a new house, come to Scotland, wrote out the list, and then just came out and gave me the things. It was really good, and they're still helping me now.
Oh, absolutely, because we're taking no end of materials out of the waste stream and recycling it and putting it back into use. And the amount of waste that we actually put up to the out to Sita or up to Janetstown is very limited. The ethos is to reuse, recycle. Brilliant.
The delivery charge for taking furniture, any item, a number of items, is only £5, and we've agreed on this low price because, of course, a lot of the customers that we have in the shop will not be able to afford to pay a high price. So this won't be commensurate with the cost it will be for us to actually deliver the items. Funding is very important to us. The primary way we do get funding is through the donations that the local community give us in the shop, and also we have to make sure that any donations that are given, we will price them accordingly, and the funds that we make from the donations will then be going out to help people in the local community. So effectively we're not a profit-making organisation as such, because of course because of our charitable status, we're looking to actually maximise our profits but then pass them on to the community, so people then will benefit from our sales through the shop.